Well, it's the end of the season, and we have our money budgeted for our big trip right here going to Georgia. I don't know if we have enough money though, so we're gonna have to go figure this out. Hi everyone, welcome to Tigner Adventures. My name is David, and my wife Ninette and our little cat Tansy. We live full-time in our motorhome, and we have been full-timing for 4 years now, and we're now starting our 5th year. And we are currently in Yuma, if you've been following us at all yet. We started a work camp job back in October, and it is going to end on April 15th. And so about April 18th, we are heading out on the road, which is about a month from now. And so things in the last couple weeks have got extremely busy here because the resort just had their year-end party just last night because a lot of people are already leaving. It's getting warm. It's in the 80s to 90s right now, and a lot of people are deciding to go back home. And you know, some of that is because of the current conditions or things in the economy and things which I think you probably know what I'm talking about as far as gas prices. Man, things have been just going up like crazy, and we've kind of just been sitting back and waiting. I've heard a lot of people just canceling their trips. They say, we're not doing anything this summer now. This is ridiculous. Well, I think it's still way too early to make too major of a decision. However, using the software we use for mapping out our trip called RV Trip Wizard, we have come up with an ABCD plan. So we're going to show you some of our options here and kind of talk about it just a little bit. Now, we are an affiliate of RV Trip Wizard. So in our description below, we do have a link there for RV Trip Wizard. And if you click on that link and decide that you want to start using RV Trip Wizard, then we do actually get a little bit of money for that. So we do appreciate that if you do that. And if you just want to go and look at it, it doesn't cost you a dime to look at it. If you look right here, I've brought up RV Trip Wizard. You can even just start off with a 7-day free trial if you'd like, and just check it out to see if that might be what you want. But what I'm going to do is, I've already talked about all these different videos. I did 3 different videos on RV Trip Wizard. So if you look here, you can go check out those videos. And it was, you know, kind of gave you a pretty good breakdown. And right now we're going to go back in here, and I'm going to show you a couple other things that I found very, very useful, especially at this time with everything going on. So the first thing I'm going to do here is go ahead and log in. And you'll see that I have 4 different trips that I have defined here. So I'm just going to open those up. Again, A, B, C, D. So if you look here, we've got Georgia, which is our original plan, Southern Utah, Oklahoma, and California. And basically what we're doing is we're just changing the sizes of where we're going to go based on, you know, how much you know, it's going to cost. All right. So if I go ahead and let's go ahead and open up Georgia. What I've done is I've gone through and I've kind of checked. And I found out that we are going to use about 1,000 gallons of gas, roughly, for the trip this summer if we go to Georgia. Meaning that in that particular case, if I look down through here, we are basing our gas mileage on 5.5 miles per gallon. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to change that here in just a little bit. But I can put in RV Trip Wizard what my gas mileage is, and then I can put in how much you know, how much the price of gas is costing. And so that's what we're going to kind of use here. So right now, if you look, I have this cost column over here, and you can see all these costs listed here. And at the bottom, it's $37.34 for a total cost. And as you look at the graphical view of my map here, you can see that this little flashing, jumping up guy here, right here, this is Sundance. That's where we're at right now. But this is going to be our trip across the United States and back. And so each one of these little dots on here represents something. It can be a camping spot, or it's a place that we're going to get gas. So I have all my gas stations filled in. And then if I go into, for example, this first one we're going to go to is Fry's. We like Kroger stores because we try to buy our groceries all at Kroger, and our budget each month is $400 for groceries. And so that gives us about 40 cents off per gallon. So for 35 gallons. So 40 cents off for 35 gallons, which typically we take at least 35 to somewhere between 35 and 50 gallons every time we fill up. So anyway, but if I go in here, I'll just show you the screen real quick. Over here on the right hand side, you can see that the fuel cost right now at that Fry's grocery store is $4.42. And our gas tank size is 75. And if we look down through here, we're going to have to add in 44.31 gallons of gas to be able to top off our tank back down to 75. Now over here we have different costs are laid out here. We can put in here camping costs if this was a camping spot, any meals that we're going to actually buy while we're there, or any other miscellaneous type costs that we might actually have. And then this is our fuel cost right here. So, and then it'll give us a total of cost. Now I don't have anything else in here, so all I'm showing is a total of $195.85 for fuel. Now just remember that price right there. I'm going to go over here and you can see that gas is $4.42. Now if I change this to $4.50, all right, and then you'll notice that my fuel cost over here on the left has increased to $199.40. So it's really kind of a really nice little setup here, because I can just kind of track the prices of gas going across the country there, and that's going to automatically modify what my overall trip costs are. So if I go ahead and just cancel this, my total trip cost right now is $37.34. Another option I can do that's really pretty cool is, I told you I figured at 5.5 miles per gallon. Well, I'm thinking that the most of the Midwest and across there is going to be pretty much flat land. It's not going to be all the mountainous terrain that we've been kind of experiencing in the West with the different mountain ranges. And so I think we can get 6 miles a gallon pretty easy. We're pretty close to 6 all the time anyway. But I also, if you remember, if you check out this video, I upgraded our rig to lithium batteries. So now our engine, our alternator, is not charging our batteries while we're driving, which is going to take a load off the engine. So I'm really excited to see what difference that's going to make as far as my gas mileage is concerned. I don't know, but we're going to check that out. But anyway, one of the things I like about this is if I go here on RV Trip Wizard and go into this RV info right here, I can go down to the bottom. See, I've put all my weight and everything in there, and I've put my height and stuff. But down here at the bottom, I can say fuel economy, and I can say I'm going to change that from 5.5 to 6. All right. And I'm going to save that, and you'll notice it's going to recalculate everything back out again. And now it's gone down here at the bottom. My price has dropped about $300 by getting an extra half mile per gallon as I drive across this trip. So it's kind of nice how it just automatically takes care of all that. That's one of the things that we love about RV Trip Wizard, and that's why we use it. We haven't found anything else that compares with this. I mean, there's a lot of planning software out there, but it just doesn't go into the depth that these guys go into on keeping track of your trip. So the other thing that it also tracks here is, like I said, the different costs of that concerning the places we're staying and things like that. So we can add all those different costs in here, and it actually calculates it out for each stop. So in this case, this particular stop now is $42, but there's no staying costs or food included. And so if I edit this and I say, okay, well, this stop's going to actually cost me $10, I can put $10 in there. And you'll notice down here at the bottom, there was my fuel cost of $42, but now my total cost for this stop is $52. And so it's really easy to keep my costs in line with what's going on and kind of figure that out. Now, most of the places that we try to stop at places that don't cost money. All right. And I don't know, we try to boondock the most of the time, but as we move across the country, there are certain areas that don't have boondocking. And so we do use other programs that to manage some of that. Boondockers Welcome is a really good one that we like. We're affiliates of all of these. So if you're interested in any of them, we do have information in our description below. And it doesn't cost you any more to use those links, but it does help us out a little bit, like I said before. So a cheap plug there. Anyway, Boondockers Welcome. We also have Harvest Hosts. Harvest Host is staying at wineries and things like that, or museums, or golf courses and things like that. Usually that costs a little bit more because they want you to go in and frequent the place and pay for things. Another one that we just picked up is the Elks Club. So we joined the Elks, and they have a lot of RV places around, and they're kind of the same way in some ways. I mean, their RV parks are anywhere from free, or a place to park for free, or it could cost you whatever, $25-$35, but it's really a discount compared to anybody else, so that's kind of nice. They do have cheap food and drinks and things like that too, so that's a good place to go in and have dinner or something like that. So but all of these things kind of add up, and we can start putting all that stuff in here. Now normally our meals costs we don't put in here because, again, we're full-time, we live in this house, and we do all our food cooking here, so that kind of figures into our grocery budget, and we don't typically go out to eat that often, and so we don't actually put that in there. But you can see that we have all kinds of different places here that we can keep track of costs and figuring out the cost. Now let me go ahead and go back, and I'll show you kind of our other trips here. So again, our plan B would maybe be Oklahoma. We've kind of shrunk the trip down a little bit, so I'll bring that up. And you can see that we've taken off the east side. We're only going to go middle of Texas, and that's it. So this is kind of what we've calculated out here. It's $1,000 cheaper than going all the way to the East Coast. If we go here, we open this up, and we actually go to Utah, which would be our plan C. The cost is actually about $784. So it's a couple $1,000s cheaper, or actually in this case about $3,000 cheaper to just stay where we've always been, and just kind of stay in this particular area. If we go into California, whoops, wrong button. If we go into California, then in this case we just wanted to go over to Yosemite and see that. So just that additional little piece add on there, the cost is double of what it costs to go to Utah. Now, one of the reasons for that is if I look at this mobile here, this is in California, and I edit this, I look, gas price is $6.69, so that makes a big difference. Now we're going to fill up before we get there, but we do have to still add 62 gallons of gas to be able to finish the trip and then get back out of California. And so because of that, those costs are a little bit higher. So but that's our ABC and D plans. So that's kind of where we're at right now, and that's kind of what's going on. So I don't know, what are you guys doing? How are you going to handle this whole issue with all the gas prices and things going? If you look at gas prices in general, I've noticed that in the West, the gas prices have not gone up a lot, at least not here in Arizona. We've only gone up maybe 50 cents. It's somewhere around 40 to 50 cents on the pump right now. But however, if we go back to like Mississippi and stuff, we were going to get gas there for $2.11, and it's now $3.40 something cents. So it has gone up dramatically. And one of the things and that was like a week ago. Since then, I've went unchecked again, and it's been interesting to note that the gas prices in the West have not dropped at all. And in cases it has gone up a little bit more. But in the East, back in the Midwest, Mississippi, and where that one station was, the prices actually dropped about 40 to 50 cents. So the prices went up really fast back there, and they're kind of coming down pretty fast. But in the West here, nothing is coming down. It's like it goes up quick normally, but it takes a long time to go down. So how are you going to deal with all that? So anyway, let us know in your comments, and give us any ideas of what you think, any ways that we can get around what's going on. I mean, worst case is we don't go anywhere, and we basically just stay here in Arizona. However, in Yuma it gets to be 120 in the summer, so we would probably have to go up to like Flagstaff or someplace like that at 7,000 feet to get out of the heat and stuff. But that may, if gas prices keep going up, they project them to be $7, $8. It's already that in California, so you just never know. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful and give you an update of what we're doing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for always coming along and supporting us. We really do appreciate that. So, but with that said, we'll go ahead and close this out and say, we'll hope to see you down the road, and if it's not at some site somewhere or town or whatever, then maybe we'll be on our next video. So take care.